Our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokol, has come back on set. Kaveh, oh my goodness. How do you react to that?
Well, look, the first thing you should say is that referees are human beings. They make mistakes like everybody else. They were working there in a very highly pressurised environment, and they made a mistake, and it was a big mistake.
Webb has finally broken his silence and with it, confirmed one of the most bitter truths Arsenal supporters have carried all season. In a rare and explosive admission, the PGMOL chief has acknowledged that Arsenal were wrongly denied a clear penalty and, as a direct consequence, vital points in their highly controversial Premier League clash against Brentford. For Arsenal fans, it is not relief they feel, it is vindication mixed with anger. The apology comes too late. The damage, as many feared on the day, was already irreversible. The incident in question occurred during a fiercely contested encounter that had major implications for the title race. Arsenal were in control, dictating the tempo, creating chances, and pushing relentlessly for a breakthrough. Then came the moment that changed everything. A blatant foul inside the penalty area, clear contact, no ambiguity, no excuse. Arsenal players appealed instantly. The crowd erupted. Yet the referee waved play on, and VAR, astonishingly, chose not to intervene. In real time, disbelief swept through the stadium. On replay, outrage followed. Pundits, former referees, and neutral viewers struggled to understand how the decision had been allowed to stand. Social media exploded. Still, official silence followed. Until now. Speaking during an internal review, Webb admitted that the decision was wrong and that the VAR process failed to meet the required standard. He confirmed that the on-field referee should have been sent to the monitor and that a penalty should have been awarded. In doing so, Webb effectively conceded what Arsenal supporters had been shouting since the final whistle: Arsenal were robbed. This admission carries enormous weight because it is not speculation, opinion, or fan bias. It is confirmation from the highest authority in English refereeing that a decisive error directly impacted the outcome of a crucial match. For Arsenal, the consequences were severe. Those dropped points narrowed the gap in the title race, shifted momentum at a critical stage of the season, and piled pressure onto an already demanding schedule. In modern Premier League football, championships are decided by the smallest of margins: a single decision, a single moment, a single mistake. Against Brentford, Arsenal had done enough on the pitch to deserve more. But football history does not record what should have happened, only what did. And what did happen was shaped by an error that even the authorities now admit should never have occurred. What has fueled anger among Arsenal supporters is not merely the mistake itself, but the prolonged delay in accountability. For weeks, fans were told to accept it, to move on, to trust the system. The club showed restraint. Players avoided controversy. Mikel Arteta carefully chose his words, balancing honesty with diplomacy. But supporters never forgot. This incident became a symbol of a wider problem: inconsistent officiating, selective VAR intervention, and a growing perception that Arsenal too often find themselves on the wrong side of human error. Every similar decision in subsequent matches reopened the wound. Every marginal call elsewhere intensified the frustration. Webb's admission has now poured fuel on that fire. While PGMOL insists lessons have been learned, critics argue that learning after the damage is done is meaningless. An apology does not alter the league table. A review does not restore momentum. Acknowledging injustice does not give Arsenal their points back. The timing of the statement has also raised serious questions. Why did it take so long? Why was the error not acknowledged immediately after the game? Why were Arsenal forced to carry the consequences of a mistake that officials privately knew was wrong? For many, this delay undermines trust in the system itself. Transparency after weeks of silence feels less like accountability and more like damage control. Beyond Arsenal, the implications stretch across the entire Premier League. If such a clear error can occur and remain uncorrected in a match of such importance, what does that say about the integrity of officiating at the highest level? How many seasons, races, and careers have been shaped by similar mistakes that never received an admission? Arsenal fans are now left with a hollow sense of validation. They were right. They always were. But being right does not soften the blow of what was lost. Titles are not awarded for moral victories. History does not remember apologies. As the season moves forward, this moment will linger, a reminder of how fine the margins are, and how devastating a single wrong decision can be. Howard Webb's words may close the debate, but they will never erase the feeling that Arsenal were denied justice when it mattered most. And for many supporters, that truth will hurt far longer than any defeat on the pitch.